So today I'm going to be talking about this Sony Betamovie, or basically BetaMax camera, is what I normally call it. Now, if you are watching this video specifically to see the video quality of the BetaMax camera, I'm sorry to inform, but I cannot show that. Simply because of how this camera is done, I can't get any video from it, but it will get on to the Beta tape, or BetaMax tape. So, the camera works and all, it's just the way the camera is done, I can't get video from it. I have to get a BetaMax VCR. And, sorry that's an inconvenience, but if you're just here to watch the video, please do. Alright. So, interesting thing about this is, you might see this part here. Well, actually, it's not an electronic viewfinder. It's all optical. Don't know how well you can see a little bit there. And from there, don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. Should be able to see you. There you go, you can see a little bit of it. And I find that to be actually pretty interesting on, that's all optical and not actually electrical, and that's my first issue. But this isn't a rant on why it's bad or anything. It's simply telling information about the camera. So, see here, it is a, see it. So it's a automatic focus and also manual. Now, interesting thing on the thing here is that it does have actually a pretty good zoom on it. What's interesting, through here, it gets really close and like you pretty much have to be touching the lens to see the object. If you're like close as it can be, like there. And I do find that to be a neat feature. Now, this part here, I know it kind of looks a little broken. It is. It's supposed to be kind of like a little bit longer stick, but I prefer this, honestly. It's more compact and it's not rod you have to worry about. Now, interesting thing about the microphone, here I'm going to put a cap on it, which interesting thing about the cap is you actually use this as the white balance checker. And see a little button right there? You push that when the cap is on, and you'll do the we call it white balance check. Now, also, one thing about this is actually flips down to use it. Yeah, but I'm just gonna leave it up for the time being. It's actually pretty stable when it's up or down. Alright, so as I was saying though, here's the thing about the microphone is it actually has a shock mount, which kind of, when I first saw the camera I thought it was kind of like you could bend the microphone any direction you want. It is not. Now, interesting thing about the handle is there's this little switch down here. Can't really see it too well. You only do it. And you can actually move the handle down, which I really like. So it does have electronic zoom as well. So, you can see right there. Now, one thing I really like about this camera, kind of awkward to show, but you can actually move the arm even more down, which that is a very comfortable position. I definitely do like it like this. Now, this camera came out in '82, I do believe. Let me check it very quick. No, not 82, 84, as hence the sticker was. So this camera has the Trinicon award, which is neat to me. Now, to me, this kind of dates the camera, I'll show you, even more than BetaMax itself. Let's see if it focus. It's when it says earphone and not like headphone. That's what I find is interesting. Now, of course, it does have its own little mic input. Come on, focus. Might be a little too close. There we go. Where it says mic, and then of course it has a remote. Now, another interesting thing I do like is the battery actually goes in a little apartment here. Usually twist that and it opens up. Now, one interesting thing this camera came with, which was I really like, is this little kind of like a sling mount here. Except for this one actually attaches to the tripod mount. See if it'll open up. Kind of hard to open it. See, they kind of have the screw it in like that. Yes, there, I get the camera to focus. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, this video is kind of quick, but one video I am planning on doing, hopefully, is a comparison between BetaMax versus VHS. Now, I'm looking forward to doing that video. Let me know if that's a video you guys think would be good to do, and I'll definitely do it. Oh. Now, interesting thing is, unlike most VHS camcorders, it does not have a comfortable place for your shoulder. It only has this little rough area, so it doesn't at least slide off. So, now, if you look at that back area here, you would expect it to be something like, this is where the battery would go? No, of course not. It just looks like it's kind of missing a plate. Now, interesting thing is it opens up just like a VHS camcorder, so nothing really different there. Even the reading head, this, the little thing you see, open up your VCR and you look in, you see like a little, I believe they're all silver, like spinning disc, and they're like at an angle kind of thing. This has it too, so not a real difference there. But as far as I can tell, they are not compatible. Like the tapes between VHS versus BetaMax, which I found was interesting, but considering, there's no real adapter. Now, you might be wondering, where's the record button? It's right there, which actually is interesting. This whole area right here is the size of like the small camcorders you can get. Like the video I did about that one Sony Handycam, the best camera under $200. It fits this. Like, this almost replaces the size. I mean, it pretty much is. Yes, every time I look at this, that's all I can really see is that. But yeah, it's a very neat camcorder. Now, I'm not been able to find the recording resolution. Not very easily, at least. But basically, it's better than VHS. Is the bottom line. But that's really an interesting thing between VHS and BetaMax is when VHS first came out, basically 2 hours. When BetaMax first came out, it was like an hour. It kind of traded blows like that. And by the end, 6 hours for VHS, but only 3 hours for BetaMax. So I found that was kind of a interesting thing, and I don't believe the recording resolution is much better on this than VHS, but that's pretty much why it failed. It was just wasn't able to hold as much. But honestly, to me, I would rather be higher resolution than anything. But yeah, also with this opening here, I do believe for storage, and also to actually clean the little areas here. Of course, a little eye cup here. Of course, you can adjust distance in the little eyepiece. Now, also about the autofocus, this little button here. That's what basically makes it, push that and that's when it focuses. Yeah, oh, also one thing I really do like is this little pad here. So that's good against your head. When you look down and have your, basically your ear goes right here, looking into it kind of thing. Let's see if it shows up here. Don't know how well you can see that. But that's basically kind of your indicator inside the eyepiece. You know, white balance and tape run and low battery and low light and caution. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a interesting camera and all that. Also, there's a little piece up here. I don't know of any true, I believe just a normal, like cold shoe mount works here, I believe. But it's a little kind of weird with that little part right there, but no idea. I've not been able to test that quite yet. But yeah, hope you all like the video, and let me know if you guys want to see a video, BetaMax versus VHS. I would love to do that video. Thank you.